Ever burned a pizza because you forgot it in the oven? Now imagine that, at work, with money on the line. Today, I'll show you how checklists save you from costly mistakes, with one simple example. What is a checklist? Like the name suggests, a checklist is just a list of steps. You tick them off as you go to make sure nothing gets skipped. That's it, no rocket science. But don't be fooled, this little piece of paper is powerful. Think of it like a recipe card. Whether you're baking pizzas, onboarding employees, or assembling rocket parts, checklists make sure it's done right every time. They started in aviation because forgetting one step could mean disaster. Checklists provide accuracy, consistency, and compliance with predefined processes. A well-defined one makes sure you're getting everything done as long as you're checking the boxes. And if you really don't cut any corners, you're getting reduced errors, enhanced efficiency, and a higher level of quality. Types of checklists. There are 4 main types of checklists. First up, there's the to-do list style. This is a straight task list. Think, turn on the oven, make dough, check the temperature. It can be perfect for solo tasks. Then there's the inspection checklist used to check quality or compliance. For example, is the crust golden? Is the amount of sauce correct? Next up is the troubleshooting checklist. This is to figure out when things go wrong. Like, if the oven isn't heating, check plug, then fuse, then call tech. And finally, you have coordination checklists. These are great for employees working in teams. It ensures everyone does their part, like one person preps dough while another sets up toppings. How to make a checklist. Making a checklist is the simplest thing in the world. These are the basic steps. We'll go through each step using the zero defect pizzeria example. Step 1. Find the process or task to be monitored. What this does is give you a narrow scope to work with. It keeps your checklist focused and on subject for the specifics of what is required to be done with this task. For example, the manager at our zero defect pizzeria wants to make sure his pizzas leave customers coming back for more. He can focus on nailing the sauce to cheese ratio. Step 2. Identify all critical steps, requirements, or criteria. Once you have figured out what task you want to focus on, it's time to narrow down all the necessary steps and requirements that are part of the process. In our example, the manager can list washing hands, checking sauce quantity, spreading sauce evenly, adding 200-gram mozzarella, and double-checking before baking. Step 3. Arrange the items logically. An ordered checklist makes sure you can actually use the checklist. It will also save you from the trouble of having to jump from one task to another. In our example, the manager can't put hand washing after adding 200 grams of mozzarella. Step 4. Test the checklist to ensure it covers everything. This is the only way to find out if you've made the perfect checklist. The manager at the pizzeria can run a simple test. Doing this step will allow him to see if he missed any aspects of the process so he can tweak the checklist accordingly. Step 5. Apply it continuously throughout the process. This is the only way to make sure your checklist is effective. In our example, the pizzeria manager should get all employees to follow and implement the checklist. Done right, and he will see an improvement in pizza quality. Not to mention, he'll be holding his employees accountable and improving the overall performance of the pizzeria. Each box ticked will one less thing to worry about. Now every pizza looks and tastes the same. Best practices for a killer checklist. You can't just scribble stuff on a napkin and call it a day. To make sure you're making a killer checklist, one that brings results, you should keep the following tips in mind. Keep it short. Nobody wants to read a novel. Be specific. Add sauce is vague. Add 150 mL of sauce is clear. Put items in logical order. Test it. Try it in the real world. Does it actually help? Make it visible. Display it on the wall, clipboard, tablet, somewhere obvious where everyone working will pay attention. Limitations. Of course, there are some limitations to using a checklist. The biggest one that you should keep an eye out for is complacency. Workers might start over depending on one instead of using their own judgment. More importantly, for continuous results, the checklists need to be maintained. That means constantly adding new entries onto the list and removing those that make for unnecessary steps. Also, checklists don't fix everything. People can get lazy and just tick boxes without thinking. And yes, some will resist using them. At first, wrap up. Still, checklists have been proven to reduce errors, ensure consistency, and process improvement. So the next time you think, nah, I got this, maybe pause and write it down instead. That little checklist might be the thing that saves your day and your pizza. If this video helped, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and let us know in the comments what's one task you need a checklist for.